Hey y'all, I'm back with another one, and today I'm gonna get into my spiritual experience as well as on the surface level of a couple jobs that I done worked at in my life, and I feel like it's very important and it was a meaning behind it. But first, I want to just say a few affirmations that I have found on this site, and I'm gonna leave that link below in case y'all want to look at them. It's about 25 of these affirmations. All right, let's get into it. I am eager to find a job that fulfills me. And y'all, this is so important because the majority of us will sit up here and look for these jobs. Will end up taking it because we got to pay the bills. Whatever that pay is cool. Like we be cool with it, but it don't fulfill us. We be going into the job irritated, low energy, no energy. Um, we bring bad energy or bad energy is around us, and it's because that job is really not for us. It doesn't fulfill us. It doesn't fulfill any purpose for us, um, or others. You know what I'm saying? So that's because we be settling. And I get it. On the surface level, we need bread, but definitely try to at least find a job that you like, that's interesting to you. You know that you can last. I don't want to say a long time because if especially if you're a chosen one, these jobs not supposed to last no 10 plus years. 5, 10. It's supposed to be a stepping stone, and you want to remember that. Now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it for the people that just want to work a job. That's cool. Like I get it, but at least spend your years because this is your life. You only get one. This is only one experience that we gonna remember, ever experience all that. So at least do something that fulfills you or that provides something to others, helping others. Number two, I know what I want and I'm going for it. Cool. Number three, I will negotiate my pay with confidence. Now, y'all, this is something that I'm trying to mentally prepare for because if I do, start back working like a company job. Is that the word? It's a C word I'm looking for. Not company, but something tip of my tongue, y'all. But whatever. Company job. Um, let's say okay, Indeed.com. It says between $18 and $25 an hour. I would want to negotiate the $25 an hour because I know my worth, right? I know what I could bring to the table. I know what I could do. I know what I'm going to get done. I know what I provide. All that. Um, and not that I'm in competition with nobody else. It's just strictly what I bring to the table. So with that being said, I would want to negotiate the $25 an hour. Now, my thing is if they refuse, nah, that's probably too strong of a word. If they decline my 25, my proposition for the $25 an hour, I'm gonna feel like I have to move forward in my search, like decline the whole offer because it's like, okay, if I'm not gonna get my 25, then at that point I'm settling, and I don't want to settle. But if I do that, then it's like, damn, I don't know if I missed out on the opportunity with this job. I don't know when the next opportunity gonna present itself. Like it's just a lot of concern that comes with that for me. But this goes into the next one, having faith. I just gotta have faith and try anyway. So, and then how negotiation work, I may not get that 25. They may be willing to offer me $23. So that's not necessarily settling. And then I'm also receiving $5 more than what they, offered, that $18. $5. So that's good. So I'm really just losing out on $2. So you gotta be smart about it too with the negotiation. But that leads into I will get the salary that I want. So just have that faith that you'll get the 25 or whatever that you're asking for. Just have the faith, and if it's meant, you'll get it. You just gotta have that confidence as well. So those are the four that resonated with me that I wanted to share. Now, let's get into my experiences. So I don't want to necessarily say the companies because in the future, I don't know what they'll try to do. I ain't trying to throw dirt on these people's names. I'm not trying to talk bad about them. I'm not telling people don't work for them. This is not to stop nobody bread or nothing like that. I'm just explaining my experience from a spiritual standpoint. So let's call it the Spark Company. And then I'll give y'all a little idea of what I'm talking about, what company. Um, it's a blue vest that they wear now, and they're able to wear blue jeans now. So it used to be a navy blue shirt and black pants or beige pants. So I'll just say that. So let's call it the Spark Company. Now, I had excuse me, I had started working up when I was 18, so 2017, yeah, I was 18, and I worked up for 3 years. So in 2020, when everything happened, like after George Floyd, when they was rioting and stuff like that, like downtown Chicago, they was breaking in stores, and I think a few cities just in the U.S. period. Um, rioting was going on, as well as the Chicagoland area where I live in. So at the time, I was working like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was part time for whatever reason. I probably had another job or something. I think I did. I had another job, so that's why I was part time. Now this particular day, they decided to shut down the store early, at 5:30. So I come in. I'm not knowing, right? I guess because I'm part time. I wasn't in the earlier shifts with everybody else, like 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, whatever. So nobody called me and let me know what was going on. I just came in on my shift. So they informed me that we're gonna be closing at 5:30, and what we're doing right now is just making sure the store looks good for the next day. So we're folding clothes. We're zoning, which means bringing items up to the front. Um, Whatever, just making the store look presentable for the next day, getting stuff in order. So my thing was, I had asked the manager. I was like, okay, well, can you all open? They had shut down all the registers. So I asked the manager. I was like, okay, can you all open up a register so we can get our essentials just in case something go down and we don't have no way of getting what we need. You know what I'm saying? Because Jewel may be down the street, Walgreens may be down the street, whatever store. But because it was I'm not saying that it was, but if it were to have been rioted in, then we wouldn't be able to get the things that we need. So, okay, I work here and we have the items here. Let me get what I need. So she was like going back and forth with me, like, no, she was telling me no, basically like dismissing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm telling her, like, I need you to do this, she's dismissing me, like, as if she got better things to do. So I blew up, like, I blew my top. I'm like, go get the mother effing store manager right now. This is serious. You trying to dismiss me. Anything could happen. Now, if I sit up here and get 2 carts of groceries and fill it up and take it to my car, then I'm going to be the bad guy because I done stole. But y'all not helping me. And then you say that your employees come first and you care about our needs. Now, here's a situation where you could put that to use and you ain't doing it. Like, where you could not put it to use, but like show that you stand by what you say. You stand by what's in these rules and regulations, stuff like that. And you're not doing it. You're dismissing me. So I had recorded the lady and I put it up on Facebook and I said, these corporations don't care about you. And I'm finna show y'all below. And I posted the video. She was just saying whatever she was saying. I was saying what I was saying. And basically what was being said was, you're giving me a hard time. Like, anything could happen where we're not able to get what we need. We're here now. Like, open up this register so we could do that. And then before I even said all that, I'm just looking around and it's like everybody is literally doing their job, y'all. Like, folding the clothes, taking items back to the customer service or taking it back to the aisles, whatever the case was. Excuse me. And I was just looking at these people like, damn, like, we're really programmed. Like, we're really doing what these people is telling us to do. And it's a serious situation that's going on outside of this store. Like anything could happen. People could start rioting right here, right now. While we in here, we sitting up trying to get their store together. Like that don't make no sense to me. I wasn't doing no work. I wasn't doing no work at all. What? Huh? No. Even though I did go in that day, I ain't no. So anyway, she ended up getting a store manager, and he was like, just open the register. Like it was that simple. Like she gave me a hard time for what? So the next day, I get called into the office, and it was so crazy because I think like it had got 300 views in less than 24 hours, y'all. Like it was crazy. I'm like, dang, like y'all, I don't know. It just circulated so quick. It was so crazy to me. But the next day I ended up getting called into the office, and they basically well, my manager, she was crying, talking about how well, she wanted something was circulating about pressing charges. Like she wanted to press charges against me, defamation of character, this, that, and the third. When first of all, the lady's face was never in the video. Don't nobody know her. Now, I will say this: the comments was kind of crazy because but the people that were commenting was people that had worked under her, so they know her personally. They have experienced her personally. And then the one individual that never worked there, don't know her or nothing like that. He was just coming from experience as far as what these people, I ain't even gonna say what they do to us, but like how they move with us. You know what I'm saying? How these types of people move with us. So she was so baffled and so hurt, and like she was the victim. Like it wasn't even about that. Like these comments, these are from people, like I have no control over that. That wasn't my point. My point was in this caption: these corporations do not care about you, and here is why below. Here's the video as to why. You know what I'm saying? So I have no control over these people talking about some they don't like you. I never liked that B, and whatever derogatory comments that they was making. They ain't had nothing to do with me. But of course, because I am a leader, I am a chosen one, I had to take a L. So, which didn't bother me. I don't care. But basically I had got 3 strikes. Now that was something totally new. I don't even think that was actually in the rules and regulations, but whatever, it is what it is. Or if it was something that was new and that I was not aware of. But basically they gave me them 3 strikes. So if something else happens, so if I'm late to work or if I miss work, like that's it. Cool. Like that don't bother me. You ain't really stopping no bread. You're not stopping nothing I got going on. Do what you gotta do. But I actually was supposed to get fired. So that was like a slap on the wrist, so to speak. I was supposed to get fired. But I think spiritually that was just the first time I took lead in something. I took leadership, and I wasn't only looking out for me and my family. I was looking out for everybody else, because like I said, if a riot was to happen, then y'all ain't got no way to provide for y'all family. What y'all gonna eat? How y'all gonna wipe y'all butt? You know what I'm saying? All the essentials that we need. And they not allowing us because they want to lock the register and then not help us, just dismiss me. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just for me, it was for the people that was also working. So like I said, that was the first time I actually seen myself as a leader. Like, and that was after the fact anyway. Like I ain't even noticed that in the moment. It was after the fact when I thought about how everything went down and what I had did and the consequences because of it. Because as a chosen one, you're always going to have consequences. It's always going to be something that's going to happen to you that's not right, that shouldn't have happened. But that's just how it works, and it's a lesson. That's all it is. It's just God teaching us, like, because we still living in this world. So, things are going to happen of the world to you. So that was the Spark Company. It was just my time anyway. Like, not too long after that, a few months later, I ended up getting fired because I wasn't showing up. I was late, or I wasn't showing up. So, and it was my time anyway. Like, I was tired of coming in. I was tired of the same old routine. I was tired of these people not appreciated my work and my effort. I was tired of one of my other managers steady saying, "Oh, I don't see Erin. Where is she at? Page her to woo woo woo." Like, come on now. As if it's not customers that steady asking me what it's at, what at, and then the Spark company, they actually wanted you to take the customer to whatever they was looking for. So if customers are steady asking me for something that's across the store, like, how you expect to see me where you asked me to be at when you show up over there? Like, no, that doesn't make sense. So it was just irritating, and it was my time. That was 3 years. And again, like I always say, the numbers 3, 6, and 9 is very important. Those are very essential numbers. So I gave them 3 years. It was over with, and that was fine. So did I make the spiritual point? Yeah, that was just me explaining like the leadership role and how the managers did what they did. So moving on. I was working at this call center, and it was for parolees. Where I want to start it. So let me just tell you like the job functions. So basically, we would be taught on how to check parolees in, and this was for the state of Illinois, all of Illinois, and all of Colorado. We would check the parolees in if they had movement, meaning if they was on the ankle monitor and something happened with it, we would research everything. Excuse me. We would research everything as far as like where they may be. They may be at school, they may be at work, they may be at aftercare, which is like therapy, school, work, aftercare, or like personal movement, going to see family, or got to go to the store, or just want to go out to, let's say, the movies because it's their kid birthday or something like that. Just whatever the case was, movement. We would monitor that. We would issue warrants. Depending on the situation, we would issue warrants. We got to call out to the parole officers. We got to call out to the commanders, to whoever. That was that job. And so spiritually, I should have never been working there. Spiritually, that was me having these people's lives in my hands. So for example, like I said, issuing warrants. Now, let's say they had movement, right? No, let's say they did not have movement, so they left out, and they've been gone for, I forgot the exact period of time that they could be gone for before we issue a warrant, but let's say that they was out that whole time. They're not answering the phone. They're not at none of these places listed, like work, school, aftercare. So then we have to issue a warrant. So it's like I have these people's lives in my hand. Like I can potentially get them sent back to jail. You know what I'm saying? And for what? For a check. I'm receiving a check. This is my job to receive a check to, that's not my job to receive a check, but this is my job. I receive a check and I go home and pay my bills and live my life freely, right? By issuing warrants on people, by calling out if they do anything out of pocket, just basically having their lives in my hand as a third party, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we the call center, we the third party. Like spiritually, I shouldn't have had that type of control. And then it's like we were programmed. So when they teach us all these different things, how to do these different whatever it was on the computer, and to talk back and forth with the parolees, like that's programming. That's not teaching, that's programming. Y'all is programming us to do this to these people, to do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But at the time, I'm only 19 years old. So I'm not even looking at it in a higher perspective. I'm not looking at it as my higher self. This is just a check. It's an easy job. You feel me? Like, it's the same routine. All I got to do is, Illinois Department of Corrections, this is such and such. How may I help you? You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is answer a phone all day and be on a computer. So, and I just thought about it. I also have to repent. I gotta ask God for forgiveness for working at that job because I should have never been there. And then on top of that, it was a government job. Like, the government is corrupted anyway. The government don't really do no good for us. Yeah, okay, they give link and they give Section 8 and all that to the low, if you want to call it low class, whatever, low class, excuse me. But even then, these taxpayers are providing for that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm stumbling because I'm like passionate about what I'm talking about, and I get to talking fast. And that's another thing. That job caused me to talk fast because now we're on a quota. We got to answer X amount of calls per hour. So now I'm speaking fast. So this is interfering with my speech. So now they end up firing me. And let me tell you this. Well, first, let me stay on track. My speech was messed up because I was speaking so fast trying to meet the quota and hurry up and take these calls that was in queue. So once I got fired, I just had to practice slowing down on my words, because then that became a style for me, like a way of life. Like speaking fast, like it messed up my speech, so I had to slow down. I had to pronunciate my words clear so people could understand what I was saying, you know. So that was something bad that I experienced because of that job. But back to me getting fired. So I ended up giving a parolee movement that he was not supposed to have. He was saying how he wanted to see his mother. And he was supposed to be on lockdown. I think he had just got out. So you're supposed to be on lockdown until you see your parole officer if you are just getting up out of whatever. If you was not, it's not jail, it's the penitentiary. So if you just getting out, go home, wherever your site is, and then you got to stay on lockdown. And this is in regards to if you on an ankle monitor. Well, no, in general, actually. Whether you on an ankle monitor or not, you're supposed to stay on lockdown, what they call it, till you see your parole officer. And then that's when you're able to get movement, or you're able to, if you ain't on an ankle monitor, do what it is that you do, so to speak, within the rules and regulations, I should say. So he was supposed to be on lockdown, and he's like, I haven't seen my mama in so long, and I just need a couple hours, to see her. And, the heart of man that I got, I'm like, all right, I'm going to give you this movement this one time. You cannot say nothing to nobody. You cannot ask for this after me, like meaning after, as the caller, they the caller, as the call center specialist. You cannot ask nobody to get no movement after me, because they're not going to do it. You're not supposed to get this. So I'm explaining this to him, and he's saying how, okay, he got it, cool, I appreciate it. And then the next day he calls in to get more movement. So the call center specialist that received his call, she went back in the notes and she seen that, okay, whoever these initials are, which was mine, ECM, whoever these initials is, they granted movement for him. So then she didn't know why, you know what I'm saying? She didn't know why the movement was granted. So she did her job. So she had to put him on hold and take it to our supervisor, because she didn't know what was going on, which she did her job. I'm not mad at her. But basically, everything came back to me. They know my initials. They went back, they listened to the call, and it was like, they like, okay, you gotta go home, we'll call you back, we gotta do an investigation, call you back and tell you what's the next step. So I already knew I was gonna get fired. So basically they called me back like 2 days later or something. It was a Wednesday, and they was like, okay, we're gonna like end your assignment, or however they said it. It wasn't no temp job. I was in the company, but whatever. They ended the assignment. Okay, cool. Now, the only reason I was mentally messed up was because it was like, now I'm not at the Spark Company, because I was working at the Spark Company and the call center at the same time. I had lost both them jobs in the same month. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was mentally messed up. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I had to just chill out. Like my child's father, he helped me through that too. He like, just chill out, you know, God got you. God is gonna provide. And that's what it ended up being at the end of the day. But all of that was new to me. Like, I'm still thinking worldly. I'm still thinking for self in a sense. Like my last video I explained, I'm thinking for self, like how am I going to make this happen, instead of, okay, put your faith in God and God is gonna make something happen. But I ended up getting on unemployment, and that was the first time I started working at the gas station part-time. So God ended up looking out for me anyway. But yeah, I should have never been at that government job. The government is corrupt. They don't care nothing about us. And that's just facts. Like, I don't care. I ain't got to go into depth. I just explained it. Them people, that's what I call them. Them people, them two people, them was some demons. Them was some demons, and they was messing with me. They were not the guy, but the lady. She would like mess with me. She'll do certain things to try to get up under my skin and just say little things like. But them people was demons. So that's another reason I shouldn't have been there. But yeah, y'all. So, you know, be mindful. I want to say be mindful of the jobs that you work at. Pay attention. If it don't feel right, you gonna have to find you another job. You can't just stay in there. Don't stay in there. Government jobs, try to stay away from it. Or if you're okay with it, just make sure you're making a difference. Like, don't be like me. Even though I was ignorant and I didn't know no better, I'm just thinking about the check. I'm not thinking about these people's lives at the time. You could still make a difference in these government jobs. So like, for example, with the prisons, like if you one of them security people, like you could still make a difference. Like you could talk to the cellmates, or you know, however you want to call them, like try to make a difference in their lives. Like you ain't gotta be the aggressor, you don't gotta be the controller, none of that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta disrespect these people. These are still people. You know, they're still God's children, whether they evil or are a chosen one, you know what I'm saying, and just made mistakes. It don't matter. Like, you could still make a difference in people's lives if you are working in these government companies. That's fine. Just do right. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Now for the regular companies, like I said, the Spark company for me, like, demand your respect. You know what I'm saying? If they're not respecting you, demand it. Talk to whoever you have to talk to. If you feel like you got to stay at this job, if you can't find nothing better or different, demand your respect. Do your job. Definitely always do your job. But me personally, I got tired. Like I said, you know, I'm doing everything I can to make sure stuff is kept up. And these people are just steady throwing more and more work on me. Like I'm a slave. Like, you know, I got tired of that. Like I said, 3 years. That's a long time. It was just a wrap for me. So don't overwork yourself. Like, do what you can do. But always know your worth in these jobs. Always. Is there anything else I want to say? I think that's it. Y'all. And until next time, like I always say, God is waiting on you. You're the only one playing. And I love y'all. Peace.